The cowardly Imperial governor is looting the city, using his luxury yachts to transport stolen goods. Help the citizens of Gerrard Five keep their rightful treasures and stop the Empire in its tracks.
Alright, this mission is the ending of the first part of this game. This game is divided into 3 parts. This is the last mission of the first part and basically ends the tutorial. It also takes off the kid gloves. This is where this game starts to get really, really difficult to try to get the gold medals in. From here on out, it's not just going to be one attempt per gold medal. This is where things get really, really difficult and really interesting. It looks like we can only choose the X-Wing to start with. You're going to see why once we get into the mission itself.
Gerrard Five is attempting to gain its independence, but the Imperial governor is looting the city. Rogue Squadron, you must protect Crix Madine's Y-Wings while they disable the escaping ship. Don't worry, we're not so helpless.
So Crix, now that he's on our side, he's going to be helping us with some missions. In this case, he's going to be helping us to take out some...
Rogue Squadron flies cover.
See those blue yachts right there? The job of his Y-Wings is basically to use their ion cannons to disable them, rather than us shooting them down. So that means those, even though they show up as red on the radar, those yachts have to live. And so do the Y-Wings. That's going to be the biggest problem in this mission, is the fact that the Y-Wings have to stay alive, which isn't easy to do because we have the introduction to my least favorite enemy and possibly the hardest part of this game, aside from the defensive turrets, which just shot me down, which are the missile turrets. Missile turrets are the bane of any person who's ever played this game. Oh, sounds like we're losing another one. We already lost one. When you hear Rogue Squadron, where's our cover, you know that one of them at least is down. The key to this mission, destroying everything as fast as possible. Basically, the idea is to destroy all of the turrets as absolutely fast as humanly possible, and then just move from one area to the next while keeping all the turrets destroyed, even before the game tells you where to go. So you can see over here we have another missile turret. That means that there's more. You hear that chirping sound? That means that the missile turret's got a lock on. And you see we just took 2 missiles there, and that was enough to take our shielding right down to the red. That's why missile turrets are so dangerous. These things are deadly. They will take you down without a hint of remorse or even any sense of... It's just... They're so dangerous. They're so overpowered at this point in the game. They're just like one burst, and you stay in their crosshairs for just a minute, and you're done. Sounds like we lost another one. Thankfully, since this game is free roaming, if you know where to go, you can follow this mission's path ahead of the Y-Wings and sort of clear the area for them. Looks like we had some issues to deal with. That's probably what they were complaining about.
I'm on the other side of the planet. We've got trouble. It's the 128th High Interceptor Squadron. They're the best of the best. Cut the chatter. Wedge, hold them off as best you can. Rogues, we're going to have company.
Alright, so the 128th High Interceptor Squadron. Introduction to enemies with AI. Yeah, up until now, most of the enemies that we've been facing all fly on pre-recorded paths. But once you get to this mission and then from here on out, you're going to have a mix of both. Enemies that are both on pre-recorded paths, predetermined paths, and will just shoot at anything that comes into their crosshairs, as well as enemies that are actually programmed to seek out and destroy. And you can probably guess, without me having to tell you, which ones are the more dangerous ones. That orange turret right there will shoot you down as well, fill it with proton torpedoes, and kill it. Looks like we lost another life. There's another missile turret off there to the right. So yeah. Most of the TIE interceptors fly. The thing is that you can actually, since this AI They do have AI, but it's easy to bug out because it's simple. It's relatively simplistic since it's early in the game. So as long as you fly close to the ground, sometimes they'll try to dive past you and end up plowing into the ground instead. Yeah, best of the best. That's right. They're also, because they're such small craft and because they're so agile, they're incredibly hard to hit with your basic lasers and proton torpedoes. So the better option is just to focus on getting the ground vehicles to get your kills.
We can't stop the Imperials without our Y-wings.
No, we just lost another one.
I'm clear, but my fighter is down.
Looks like we got a couple more. Yeah, but the thing is that you can't just ignore them because they will go after the Y-wings since they're programmed. Obviously, they have AI. You're sometimes just better off ramming them and knocking them out of the air. Something that you obviously you can't really do in an A-wing, but you can do it in an X-wing. And this is one of the missions in this game where the frame rate kind of gets a little choppy, which can hurt this mission a little bit, in my opinion. But still. And the TIE fighters actually will respawn every once in a while. There'll be a new one that pops up, like out of nowhere. It'll just fly in from off the horizon. Basically, it's to illustrate the fact that we're up against a full squadron of fighters now instead of just one or two in a patrol. We got one to plow into the ground there. That's good. But yeah, basically you just have to shoot down as many as you can. And then eventually the mission will just end without you really having to do much else. Our advanced proton torpedoes are a great help because they can help us take down turrets fairly quickly. But like I said, this is where this game really starts to take the kid gloves off. I can almost guarantee you already that we've either gotten bronze or silver. We definitely have not gotten gold. But we're definitely going to, you know, if this goes on much longer, we're going to end up getting bronze. I don't know exactly what causes the mission to end. I do know that it can sometimes bug out, and it will take forever for the mission to end. It just will keep going, but we did it.
Ah, like shooting Y-wings, do you? Here's a little message from Gold Squadron.
Now you might think, why isn't the TIE fighter shot down? Well, it's because they've been hitting it with their ion cannons.
Unidentified Y-wing. Are you quite done?
Hi, Kaysen.
My vehicle has been disabled for a good 2 minutes now.
Jason Moore, consider yourself a prisoner of the Rebel Alliance.
An ion cannon is disable instead of destroy, just so you know. Isn't that in the cockpit view there? Sounds like Kaysen wants to make a deal. Yep, bronze. Like I said, that mission is where the game takes the kid gloves off, and you really, really have to play very, very hard to be able to win. We got 4 friendly saves because all of our X-Wing wingmen lived, but typically you want to try to save the Y-Wings because that way the mission will end faster. That's basically the goal. Because obviously your ship doesn't have ion cannons, so you can't disable them yourself. So the enemy requirements are fairly narrow. I think it's around 35 or so that you need to get a gold. Yeah, and the accuracy, I'm not exactly sure either. Obviously, that's the silver requirements over there on the right. So, yeah. I'll be posting a video with my gold medal attempt at the end of this video. And after that, we'll be going on to the next mission where this game really starts to take off. See you next time, folks. Good night.